Hey there gardeners, welcome back to Bath Garden Center. Today we're talking about ladybugs and how they can be beneficial in your garden. If you've ever wondered why ladybugs are so helpful in the garden, we're here to spill those secrets and tell you how to make ladybugs your best gardening friends. So let's hop into it. So let's start with the basics. Why are ladybugs so beneficial in the garden? You see, ladybugs are the most natural way to keep pests out of your garden. Ladybugs are voracious predators, which means they'll eat hundreds, if not thousands, of aphids, mites, and other insects that will wreak havoc on your garden. And the best part about using ladybugs in your garden is you don't have to resort to harsh chemicals that can harm both the environment and other beneficial insects that may be in your garden. So it's like a win-win situation. However, there is a catch. You do have to have a pest problem in your garden for ladybugs to be effective. So make sure you have aphids or other mites that ladybugs can feed on when releasing them. It's also ideal to release your ladybugs at dusk because this encourages them to stay in your garden because it's cool and shady, whereas if you release them during the day, they might fly away to find cooler spots if the sun is too harsh. Now let's talk about how to release your ladybugs with maximum effectiveness. So here's some tips. Ideally, you'll be able to release your ladybugs during cool, wet weather. This encourages ladybugs to stay in your garden and hide under leaves until the sun comes back up, so during that time they'll be eating all the aphids they can. However, if that's not feasible, make sure to lightly water your garden before releasing your ladybugs. It's also ideal to release your ladybugs at dusk or early in the morning because this encourages them to stay in your garden. Make sure you place your ladybugs in an aphid-infested area or directly on an aphid-infested plant. This encourages your ladybugs to munch on those aphids and stick around. Plus, they might even lay eggs, which means you'll have more ladybugs in your garden. Now let's get into how to release your ladybugs into your garden. If your ladybugs are coming from out of the fridge, you want to make sure to leave them out in the sun or on the counter for a few minutes so that they can warm up and get moving. So you'll first want to trim the top of your bag, making sure you're avoiding any of the ladybugs that are trying to get out. Now you can just place it at the base of your plant that you want to get the ladybugs on and just let them crawl out onto the plant. Now the ladybugs will be hard at work, eating all your aphids, mites, and other insects. Remember that once you release your ladybugs into your garden, avoid using chemicals and use organic pest control responsibly so that ladybugs and other beneficial insects can live happily in your garden. Once your ladybugs have been released, the best way to get them to stay in your garden is to provide them with a perfect place to stay. So they like shade, lots of water, and lots of food. So as long as you have an aphid infestation or other mites, your ladybugs should stay in your garden. And once your colony is established, you might even find ladybug larvae in your garden. And that's what these are. You might be wondering, what do ladybugs do in the winter? Well, ladybugs are most active from spring until fall, and so once the weather starts to become cold, ladybugs will start to find their places to hibernate. They like to hibernate in rotting logs, under rocks, and even sometimes in your home. So don't be surprised if you find a few ladybugs sneaking around this winter. There you have it, how to release ladybugs into your garden. If you want a thriving pest-free garden without chemicals, consider adding ladybugs into your gardening routine. Thanks for tuning in today, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment if you have any more questions. We post garden videos weekly, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any gardening tips. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. After it rains, or in the spring, or fall, I don't remember my line. Ideally, you will release your ladybugs during cool, wet, starting this over. That's siren. Mites and other infants. Ladybugs are getting your babies.